As the sun rose, Pinocchio realized his long journey was almost over. After his harrowing adventures with the circus, the thought of returning home and seeing his dear Geppetto brought him great joy.
Home. Isn't it beautiful? And I bet Father's up bright and early, ready to start the day's carving. Hey, Father, I've come home, see?
Pinocchio raced as fast as he could down the hillside, down towards home.
It's me, Pinocchio. I've come back. Father, I'm home. Hello, Father? Oh, how strange. He must be sleeping in this morning. No one. Father? Strange. The house doesn't even look lived in. Father would never leave it in such a mess. Oh, where is he? Huh? It's Father!
Well, hello, Pinocchio. Welcome home.
Hi, Nora. Where's Father?
You just missed him, Pinocchio.
What?
He's been running all over the countryside. He was here last night, but now he's gone.
Where'd he go?
Let me go. I'm not sure exactly where he went, but I know he's someplace looking for you. He's been so worried he can't sleep. It's because he misses you.
We should have waited. I always come home.
Your father was worried and thought you needed his help.
No, I can take care of myself. He should know that. He should know that. I'm so disappointed. I have so much to tell him.
Hey! Where are you going?
To find Father, of course. He might need my help.
Be careful. A war is going to break out any minute.
Don't worry.
And just like that, Pinocchio was off on another adventure.
We must beat them, but to do that, we have to build a fleet of ships. We'll need lots of lumber for these ships, and there's an abundant supply of it on the mountain. When the fleet is ready, we will conquer our enemies.
But there's got to be a better way.
There'll be danger of landslides during the winter rains. The trees hold the mountain soil in place.
Right! Our crops would be ruined, and our homes covered with mud!
Silence! This is no time to argue with me. We need to prepare ourselves for war.
But what about the evil spirit that lives on the mountain and protects the trees?
Yes, it'll attack anyone who touches the trees.
That's just foolish talk. There's no evil spirit. It's just an old wives' tale. I command you to report tomorrow morning to the mountain with your axes ready for cutting.
No sign of Father here.
The mountain that Pinocchio heard the villagers talking about was covered with tall cedar trees and a very old tree that many believed was possessed by an evil spirit. Meanwhile, in the valley below, Geppetto had stopped to have supper in an empty cabin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. You must be hungry, too.
I wish we could have stayed home a bit longer, Geppetto.
Me too, but I couldn't. I won't rest until Pinocchio has been found. When he stays away this long, I worry that he's fallen in bad company who might harm him. I've got to try and find him. And I want you to know I appreciate your coming with me.
That's okay. But I sure could use a home-cooked meal. Cheese, pancakes.
I guess we better get moving before it gets dark. Come on, Charlie.
Okay.
Geppetto and Charlie set out once again. Ironically, the more they traveled, the farther away from Pinocchio they got. But he was on their trail without realizing it. That is, before he fell asleep beneath the old spirit tree.
Pinocchio.
Huh? I thought I heard my name. It must have been a dream.
Pinocchio! Pinocchio!
Pinocchio! Pinocchio!
Stop it, I'm trying to sleep.
Don't shout when you are speaking to a member of the Wooden Brotherhood. Look me in the eye when I'm addressing you, little oak.
Huh?
As Pinocchio stared up at the tall trees, the wood nymphs revealed themselves.
There, that's better. Now we can look at each other face to face.
I hate to be rude, but I really need to get my sleep.
I can see that, but we must talk to you right now. This may be our last night.
I'm sorry, but what can I do?
Help us! We are proud and gentle cedars, and we would gladly give ourselves for peace.
But they want to build ships out of us to use for war. We cannot accept this.
You can speak with human beings, so please go and ask them to change their plans.
I speak to them, but they don't listen.
Do you not feel you are at least obligated to try?
Look, I'm very close to becoming a human being, and I don't want to do anything that might ruin my chances.
You may become a human being, but your mother will always be an oak. In her honor, help us!
I have to get some sleep so I can get up bright and early and look for my father, so leave me alone.
You are a very selfish hunk of wood.
And you got a big mouth. Why don't you ask your protector for help?
But the old tree didn't appear to have any powers at all. Pinocchio scurried away to the deserted cabin. Bound to their trees, the nymphs couldn't give chase. Pinocchio fell asleep at once, while the gnarled tree silently gazed upon him. Was it casting an evil spell right now? Suddenly, thousands of carpenter ants appeared out of nowhere and attacked the cabin. They worked fast and furious, tunneling through every piece of wood in sight. These ants weren't just having a light midnight snack. They were determined to devour the whole place. It appeared that Pinocchio was about to become the main course, if the cabin didn't collapse first.
Oh no! No! Stop! Get off me, you miserable itchy bugs!
Pinocchio's fairy godmother was casting a good spell to stop the evil one.
Pinocchio!
Oh, fairy godmother!
I felt needed. You have many carpenter ants on you. They can harm you because you are made of wood. I must release them right now. Spirit of darkness, spirit of tree, let your earthly minions free. You should be all right now, Pinocchio.
I'm fine. I suppose I was being taught a lesson.
You treated your fellow trees badly because you were only thinking of yourself. But to become a real little boy, you need to develop true compassion and kindness toward every living thing.
If I knew where those two qualities came from, I could develop them by tomorrow.
From within. They come from the heart, Pinocchio. You'll find them, I'm sure.
As soon as his fairy godmother left, Pinocchio went up the mountain to be near the cedars and the old spirit tree. He began his search for compassion and kindness, but he soon fell asleep and began to dream.
Please help us, Pinocchio!
Remember, we're like family.
Don't let them chop us up for battle, Pinocchio.
Just keep us alive!
Kindness comes from the heart.
I'll help. You can depend on me. I'll put off finding my father. Father, I love you, but they need my help.
Listen, I'm in charge. If you have something to say, tell me.
You're a very busy man. Let me talk to the head of the castle.
You must be dreaming, puppet. Nobody sees the master of the castle because I keep everybody out. Now go away.
I have to speak with him at once. It's important. You must not chop down the trees on top of the mountain.
Impossible. It was the master himself who insisted on those particular trees because they're cedar and don't rot and therefore are perfect for building warships. I intend to see that his orders are carried out, understand?
I intend to get your orders changed, so I'm going to speak with him whether you like it or not.
You sure showed him who's boss, sir.
What are you gonna do now, tough guy? Next time I'll spin your head around backwards.
Maybe I can fix this leg. There.
Now scram and don't come back here again.
Hey, cedar nymphs, come out. It's Pinocchio. I have to talk to you.
Did you speak to the master of the castle about saving us from the axe?
I tried, but I couldn't even get inside. His men stopped me.
Thank you for your kindness.
And also for your compassion.
Compassion and kindness, I found them. That means I'm gonna become a real live boy soon. But right now I'm a puppet and I've got to save you.
But you're too small to fight these men all alone.
We'll have to help you fight.
I have a plan I think might work, but I'm also gonna need everyone's help. Your job is to talk to every tree on the mountain and to organize them.
Organize them to do what?
Why, to keep them from chopping you down, of course. These cedars don't want to become warships.
It's time you learn to stay out of my way. I'm gonna make a pile of kindling out of you. Ah, after him, man, come on!
Now!
You tricked me! I don't know what you did, but it won't help. I'll be back tomorrow.
Pinocchio's plan had worked. All the trees had banded together to save the cedars. Now he needed a plan for tomorrow to scare the soldiers away for good.
The trees have shed all the branches they can spare. What else can I do?
Pinocchio, you've done a wonderful job. You've given us another day of life, and we're truly grateful.
Thank you, dear Pinocchio. You've done all that can be done. Only a magic spell can save us now.
Hey, we need your help. How about giving us some magic? Come on. Well, I'm waiting. We need an evil spell. You can do it. Wake up! Come on, wake up! Do something, or are you just a big phony?
Pinocchio was puzzled. He thought the tree had power. Hadn't it made the carpenter ants attack? Then what was wrong with it now?
Pretty good. I love water. I guess that's because I grew up on it when I had roots. Hey, I wonder if that tree just needs water too. Maybe it's too dry to speak. I'll bet that's the problem, and I know what to do. If only I can get enough water out of this stream up the mountain and to the tree, then it'll be revived. Yes, I can do it.
What's he doing?
Hey, Pinocchio!
Boy, I'm glad to see you two. I need your help.
I'll lend you a paw. I bet you're making something to keep those soldiers away from the trees.
Looks like you'll need a couple of paws. What is it anyway?
A water wheel.
But Pinocchio convinced Jack and Willie his plan would work, and the threesome toiled through the night. At sunrise, Pinocchio was putting the final touches on a water wheel, which would be used to draw water from the stream up to the tree by way of trenches which Willie and Jack were completing.
The soldiers are coming. What'll we do now?
Oh, no.
We better finish fast.
Come on.
They scrambled to get their job done, but the soldiers were already destroying Mother Nature's creations.
Get all of them, men. Don't leave one single tree on this mountain.
One by one, the trees were chopped down, while Pinocchio, Jack, and Willie worked as quickly as they could. But they still had more to do before they'd be able to put their water wheel into action. Meanwhile, the soldiers kept cutting, and the magnificent trees kept falling.
Well, we did it. Hooray!
Yay! Yay! All right, guys, let's put it to work. Are you both ready, huh?
Let's go. I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, me too.
We have to push together.
They all pushed in unison, and soon the water flowed around the wheel, up the stream, and through the trenches on its way to the magical tree.
Yay, it's working!
But would they be able to pump water far enough up the hill to reach the tree's roots? And would the wheel hold up under the force of this powerful flood of water?
Look out, the wheel's giving way!
All their hard work seemed to be for naught, as the water wheel had broken beyond repair.
I'm gonna miss all those trees. What a waste.
We sure tried hard enough. If only the water wheel had held up a few minutes longer.
Impossible.
It wasn't impossible. We almost pulled it off.
We did pull it off.
What do you mean?
The water's reached its roots.
Huh?
Look, the roots pulled it up by themselves.
Uh-oh, it's coming out of the ground.
I don't think I like this.
Thank you. I was so thirsty.
It's alive, we did it!
We sure did.
We really need your help right away. You have to save the rest of the trees.
For one so young, you have accomplished an amazing feat. We will save the cedars together.
Oh, thank you.
We must go.
Pinocchio hopped on and was lifted to a branch with a view of the entire countryside. He wasn't the least bit afraid of the monster tree. After all, they were related. Jack and Willie wished them luck as they set out to stop the soldiers.
How are we doing, Commander?
Fine, keep up the good work. Ah!
Get away!
I've come for you.
It's attacking! Men, grab your rifles and open fire!
I'll put you where you'll be safe.
Okay. Go get him!
You've won for now. My men are leaving the mountain. But I want that puppet. Understand? He's the one who brought you to life.
The commander combed the countryside looking for Pinocchio. Meanwhile, Geppetto, who had heard of Pinocchio's deeds, had returned home.
Pinocchio is possessed by an evil spirit. It is unnatural for a puppet to run around without someone pulling his strings.
He's unique, but he doesn't have an evil piece of wood in his body. I ought to know because I carved him with my own 2 hands.
You made that puppet and you should be destroyed along with him. But my master's sparing your life. You're being sent to Devil Island. You'll have plenty of snakes to keep you company.
Geppetto wasn't afraid to face Devil Island and its snakes. But what he did fear was that he would never see his dear Pinocchio again.
Charlie told us the commander's sending Geppetto down to Devil Island.
He plans to destroy you if he ever finds you, so I guess you better stay hidden.
Fairy godmother! Fairy godmother!
You look sad. What's troubling you, Pinocchio?
Why did you have to make me into a puppet that walks and talks and feels? Why couldn't you just let me be lifeless on a string? I'm sorry, but they think I'm evil because I'm different.
Listen, your father wanted you to have life more than anything in the world. I granted his wish because I knew how happy it would make him to have someone to talk to and call him father.
Yes, but because I'm alive, my father's being sent to Devil Island. I'll never see him again. It's not fair. I'm not evil.
You're right. And you must believe in your heart that you'll see your father again. You're clever and you have courage. You're no help to your father if you keep feeling sorry for yourself.
Will I be able to save him?
Yes, of course. I'm sure you can do anything you set your mind to, as you proved to yourself by saving those trees on the mountain. You learned compassion and kindness, too. And now, as you continue on your journey to become a real little boy, you'll learn perseverance, which means never give up no matter what. This is the strength you need to rescue your father, Pinocchio.
I can do it.
The next morning, Geppetto's little friends lined the riverbank, hoping to catch a last glimpse of him.
There he goes. No.
Goodbye, Pinocchio. Wherever you are, I hope you're safe.
Goodbye for now. Don't worry and don't be scared. I'm gonna figure out some way to free you, and Charlie and Jack and Willie are gonna help too. You'll see. Bye. Oh, Father, I love you!
Pinocchio made up his mind to save Geppetto before he ever set foot on Devil Island.